watch this Coons' fastball. It just explodes at the end like that.
At 97, West goes down looking. A strikeout start today for Tegan Coons.
Right on cue, this thing just absolutely explodes. Moving a little bit of left to right, but I mean just some kind of force and spin rate behind it.
1 up, 1 down for Coons. Brings up Rock.
Closest one that has to go catch it.
1-2, a swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Coons. West, Chalowski, Lefu done in order. Ball's coming to bat after this. So
at least see all the weapons live.
Swing and a miss. Got him at a fastball at 95. Wipes away Abernathy on the first out here in the first inning.
Yeah, what's interesting about this, the first 2 fastballs are 92, 93. He gets an even count with him, and he goes away. And he reaches back in there and grabs about 2 or 3 more mile an hour to up to 95 to 90.
Really good teams. So I'm looking forward to the future of that league, and I just think it's going to get better and better as we go along here.
Coach, thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the game.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, guys.
John Savage again, UCLA head coach, as we just saw Coons strike out Brennan. And Coons has gone 5 up, 5 down with 3 strikeouts so far for Tennessee.
Well, what got overlooked a little bit during that discussion, and look, I always enjoyed other pieces. The last piece is the umpires being graded by TrackMan as that ball's blasted out the left center.
And the gap, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Tugger comes through. Around third is Aguayo to the plate, and it's 1-0 UCLA.
Tremendous 2-out at bat. A runner at first base. Duggar goes with this, doesn't try to pull this ball, stays out away from him. He believes in his opposite field power. He stripes this ball in the left center field, and Abernathy, who can really cover ground now, almost is able to catch up with it, but it also talks about just how hard that ball was hit. Barrel.
A swing and a miss on the slider. 4th strikeout for Coons, but UCLA is on top. Nichols. 1-2 from Redeman. A swing and a miss. Got him on the changeup. That's his 2nd strikeout, and 2 down to the Tennessee second.
Well, you see 93 to 95 of that lively fastball, and then he comes back with a full-handed changeup. He does such a good job.
Forward, that turned out to be a pretty good year for us, right? But just a great event, a great competition, and like a great pitch from Tegan Coons right there too. But we just need some competition with this young group, and we're going to get it all weekend here.
Coach, as we mentioned,
baseball, get on the mound, let's set the tone, and you can still see it here with Coons too, with the pace of the game.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Coons. West down on strikes for a 2nd time.
95-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's the late life of this fastball that just makes it so hard on these hitters. I mean, it's just
3rd straight week the ball is going with that rotation. That's grounded to 3rd and fair. Chalowski with a 2-out base hit on his way to 2nd, and the Bruins have their 2nd 2-out double of the day.
2-out hits are so critical, particularly when you got a guy like this who can put himself in the scoring position with one swing. He gets a changeup, gets sped up, gets the barrel out in front of it, and is able to pull it down the line. But he is such a danger when he puts those spikes inside the white lines of that batter's box.
Well, the topic of plays you're reminded of, John Savage usually wasn't a fan of the move, as that ball is belted deep to right field, and that is gone. 2-out, 2-run bomb. Bully by Lefu. 3-0 UCLA.
Brandon, you had just talked about how challenging it is to get through the top of this order, and they arrive at it with 2 outs, with the leadoff hitter becoming the 2nd out, and then Chalowski comes up with a double, and this is a 4-seamer in the middle, and he knew he got it. That is line drive type home run that got out of here in a hurry.
The Bruins, 17 homers in their first 8 games of the year, 8th most in the nation, and their first this weekend in Arlington. All 3 runs of the game.
Addition, not just to baseball, but all the sports.
Swing and a miss, blew the fastball right by him as Redmond strikes out Abernathy for a second time.
Get a look at this. He just reaches back into his tank. And I mean, just refuels a 95, 96 mile an hour four-seamer. It doesn't come easy. And man, he has put in the time.
That ball hit well, left field, deep and gone. Peyton Brennan and Oppo Taco and another Bruin bomb. 4-0 UCLA.
If you want to know what raw power can look like, hitting a ball the other way and emptying your tank all the way opposite field and being able to drive a ball out of the park is one of the hardest things in baseball to do. He gets a four-seamer away, doesn't try to pull it, stays with his approach, and then drives this ball out of the ballpark to left field.
Into the second. Full count to Aguayo. And a swing and a miss on the slider. 7 strikeouts now for Coons, and the first out here in the 4th.
Along the way, making some of the most unbelievable catches in center field.
Very athletic center fielder for the Bruins. Here he strikes out and does so for the second time today. 8 punch shots for Coons.
And they do a great job of celebrating it.
And he goes. Clark offers and strikes out. That's a 5th for Redmond, and 1 down to the 4th. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back punch shots for Redmond. Chapman goes down swinging, and now 2 outs.
Going to make it harder on him.
Chalowski with a fly ball out to right. Cadiz will tag from third. He's coming home, and the throw not in time. Chalowski able to drive home Cadiz to make it 5-0 Bruins.
This is a great at bat. Chalowski knows that he's got to get the ball to the outfield and get the ball in play with the guy 90 feet away with less than 2. He shortens that swing up and gets to the bottom of that baseball and gets it out to right field just deep enough to get the runner in from third base.
On the ground, and it was the first baseman Lefu on that shift, able to make the pick, and then it's Redmond doing his job, cover the bag at first, and able to beat Marin there. A 1-2-3 5th, and Redmond has sat down 8 straights. Well, John Savage told us his defense is elite this year, playing like it today. As Redmond has a shutout going into the 6th, 5-0 Bruins.
And they were able to execute it.
Got him looking, strike 3. 9 punch outs now for Coons, and 2 down to the 6th.
And there's that fastball away, that four-seamer with great light. He's still got good stuff. But this fastball still got some juice behind it.
That ball headed towards left field. Myatt makes the catch, falling down. Tyler Myatt. A great play out in left, robbing Duggar of a base hit, and that'll end the inning for UCLA.
Get another look at this, Brand. Left fielder comes crashing in, diving head first right at the baseball. One of the hardest catches in baseball to make, but he's able to come up in for the 3rd out.
Got him on 3 pitches. On the outer half of the plate, Brown frozen on the slider, and there's 2 outs in the 6th.
I think Brown's taking this breakers off the plate. We'll get another look at it. Certainly had a lot of break to it. We'll get a chance to look in the strike box what this is going to, whether it is or it isn't. It looked like it was off the plate a little bit, and sure enough it was.
That ball into center field and a base hit. The first trout hit of the game for Tennessee, drives in 2, and it's a 2-run game.
Tennessee had to come up with something to get bases on after the homer, get some base runners. Looked like it was going to be UCLA finding a way to wiggle out of it, but this is a great at-bat. He hits his ball right back up the middle, sitting on that slider. And there wasn't a whole lot of territory where there wasn't a defender up the middle. It was hit hard enough to get by a diving shortstop for 2 RBI single.
Tyler Myatt coming through for Tennessee. That ball through the left side for another base hit. Chapman around third, coming to the plate. The throw is cut off. This is a 1-run game.
You see the momentum completely switch over to the Tennessee dugout, coming up with their version of 2-out hitting with 3 RBIs on 2 outs so far. Elevated pitch to a right-handed hitter, and he does exactly what you should do with it. Pull it over to the left side in between the shortstop and the third baseman to get enough barrel to it to drive it through the infield.
9 of the plate in that inning. That ball is hit towards center, and Abernathy with a long run, and Abernathy looks, and it's gone. Will Gasparino to one of the deepest parts of the park. Another Bruin homer, their 3rd today.
We were talking earlier about hitting opposite field home runs and how challenging it is, and it shows off your real power if you're able to do this. We also talk about the buggy whip this young man has in that barrel, and he just absolutely showed it off. As you talked about, to the deepest part of the park, this ball was still hustling when it left the ballpark. Look at this swing out away from him, gets full extension with those long arms and those long levers. That ball was hit a long way.
Will Gasparino going deep for the Bruins. Peyton Brennan and Willie Lefu have also gone yard today for UCLA. That ball hit well to left, going back. Myatt at the wall and leaps, and it is gone. 3-run bomb, Roman Martin. Back to a 5-run lead for the Bruins.
Get a chance in a minute to add up all the 2-out runs that UCLA has managed today, but I thought originally this ball got in on his hands enough that it was going to keep it in the park. Showing off his strength, 380-foot blast to left field. That's a good-looking swing. Watch, he gets right all the way back to the fence, leaps up and just misses it by about 2 or 3 feet. But it just missed. It's still a home run and a 3-run home run and some more RBIs for the Bruins with 2 outs.
The Vols scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th, but then he couldn't get that 3rd and final out. Deering faced 2 batters, hit 1, walked the other, and now here we are to Tracy, and that's a base hit to center for Duggar, and another 2-out hit and run for UCLA. Another throw gets away, brings in another run. Aguayo scores. 11-4 Bruins.
Well, there's been a lot of first pitch swinging today by both teams. UCLA doing a good job on this one. He squeezes his hands on this pitch that looked like it's in on him, driving it back through the middle part of the field. So we get a look right here. So he pulls his hands in there, drives it back through. And then if you're a probably one of the more frustrating things I'm sure going to be for Coach Elander and his staff is this right here, the ball just thrown into the infield over the relay guys.
On the ground, left side, this will be a productive out. As the runner comes home, Newstrom. Ford drives him in to make it 11-5.
He does get the runner in from third base. And Chalosky just, fielding ground balls is fun if you're good at it, particularly if you're good at it. I mean, he just makes it look like it's a walk in the park. I mean, he goes 2 steps to his right, fields it nice, easy, relax. Throw across the diamond. It'd be hard to barrel up if he can get a little bit closer to the plate.
Swing and a miss. Came back with it again. Strikes him out. And there's 2 down.
Yeah, that thing is spinning as soon as it comes out of his hand and spinning hard. Does a great job of attacking it. If you're sitting at home going, why would he chase that ball? That ball starts out probably in the strike zone to a hitter who's trying to protect now with 2 strikes. And that always gets that barrel moving a little bit more eagerly. Sometimes that'll be 4 or 5 inches off the plate.
Goes around and strikes him out. Hawk strikes out 2 with the bases loaded. And we go to the 9th. The lead still at 6 for UCLA. On the ground to the right side. 4, 6, 3. Newstrom to Marin to Clark on a twin killing. And now 2 outs with the bases empty.
Double play, pitcher's best friend. Particularly one that's turned clean. Got a shift on 2, which makes it a little bit different for the shortstop. He comes from a deeper angle. And you got to practice your feed from the second base with that because he's not coming at you chest-wise. He comes from deep middle behind the bag, and it does. It changes your feed and a little bit of his pivot. Which obviously, you can tell they've spent plenty of time on it.
That ball drilled deep left center. Second time today. Will Gasparino. 12-5 Bruins.
That's 2 swings from this young man today where he gets his barrel completely extended, showing off his power. This one 430 feet off the bat, pull side gap, ball in the middle of the plate, showing a little flexibility in his lower half right here to get down there to get after it with that barrel. From a tall guy, that's hard to do every once in a while, to reach those balls down around the knees for his second homer. On the 2 different sides of the field into the gap to the deep part, and that one hit at the top of the second deck.